Bhutale Srimati Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine Om Vishnu Padaya. Namaste Saraswati Devi Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Dishatarine. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Bolo. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha Madan Mohan Radha Madan Mohan Radhe. जय राधे जय राधे जय राधे जय श्री राधे 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 श्याम श्याम जय राधे जय राधे जय राधे जय श्री राधे बोलो राधे 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 श्याम श्याम राधे 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 श्याम 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 राधे 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 हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे निताई गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताई गौर हरि बोल निताई गौर हरि बोल हरि बोल हरि बोल निताई गौर हरि बोल जय 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 प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय 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 प्रभुपाद 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 जय जय प्रभुपाद जय जय गुरुदेव 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 जय जय गुरुदेव जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिवदकाचार्य स्तोत्र शत श्री श्रीमद्भय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिवर्धकाचार्य स्तोत्र सत श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की नामाचार्य श्रील हरिदास ठाकुर की प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्तवृंद की श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की गंगा माँ यमुना माँ की समावेद भक्तवृंद की all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories to assembled devotees, all glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga. We read from Bhagavad Gita chapter 9. We can read from here. That's fine. Let's do only Sanskrit verses. No English, only Sanskrit verses, yeah. It's the topmost secret, the most confidential knowledge. So everyone please, together. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Idam tu te guhyatamam pravakshami anusuyavi jnanam vijnana sahitam yajñatva mokshase shubhat rajavidya rajaguhyam पवित्रमिदमुत्तमं प्रत्याक्षावगमं धर्म्यं सुसुखं कर्तुम् अव्ययम् अशस्यधानः पुरुषः धर्मस्यास्य परन्तप अप्राप्य मां निवर्तन्ते मृत्यु संसारवर्त्मनि मया ततम् इदं सर्वं जगत् अव्यक्तमूर्तिना मत्स्थानि सर्वभूतानि न चाहं तेष्वस्थितः न च मत्स्थानि भूतानि पश्य मे योगम् ऐश्वरम् भूतभृन्न च भूतस्थो महात्मा भूतभावनः यथाकाशस्थितो नित्यं वायु सर्वत्र गो महान् तथा सर्वाणि भूतानि मत्स्थानीति उपधार्य सर्वभूतानि कौन्तेय प्रकृतिं यान्ति मामिकां कल्पक्षये पुनस्तानि कल्पतो विसृजाम्यहम् प्रकृतिं स्वाम् अवस्थाप्य विसृजामि पुनः पुनः भूतग्रामम् इमं कृत्स्नम् अवश्यं प्रकृतिर्वशात् न च मां तानि कर्माणि निबध्नन्ति धन्योऽन्यजय उदासीनवदासीनम् असक्तं तेषु कर्मसु मय्याध्यक्षेण प्रकृति सूयते सचराचरम् हेतुनानेन कौन्तेय जगत् विपरिवर्तते अवजानन्ति माम मूढा मानुषीं तनुमाश्रितं परं भावम् अजानन्तु मम भूतमहेश्वरम् मोघाश मोघकर्माणो मोघज्ञानविचेतसः राक्षसीं आसुरीं चैव प्रकृतिं मोहिनीं श्रितः महात्मानस्तु मां पार्थ दैवीं प्रकृतिम् आश्रितः भजन्ति अनन्यमनसो ज्ञात्वा भूतादिम् अव्ययम् सततं कीर्तयन्तो मां यतन्तश्च दृढवृत्तः नमस्तन्तश्च मां भक्त्या नित्ययुक्ता उपासते ज्ञानयज्ञेन चाप्यन्ये यजन्तो माम् उपासते एकत्वेन पृथक्त्वेन बहुधा विश्वतो मुखम् अहं क्रतुरहं यज्ञः स्वधानम् अहम् औषधम् मन्त्रोऽहम् अहम् एवाज्यम् अहम् अग्निरहं हुतम् पिताहमस्य जगतो माता धाता पितामहः वेद्यं पवित्रम् ओङ्कार ऋक्साम यजुरेव च गतिर्भर्ता प्रभु साक्षी निवासः शरणं सुहृत् प्रभवः प्रलयस्थानं निधानं बीजम् अव्ययम् तपामि अहं वृषं निगृह्णामि उत्सृजामि च अमृतं चैव मृत्युश्च दश्चाहम् अर्जुन त्रैविद्यमां सोमपापूतपापा यज्ञैरिष्ट्वा स्वर्गतिं प्रार्थयन्ति ते पुण्यम् आसाद्य सुरेन्द्रलोकम् अशन्ति दिव्यान् दिवि देवभोगान् तीर्थं भुक्त्वा स्वर्गलोकं विशालं क्षीणे पुण्ये मर्त्यलोकं विशन्ति एवं त्रयीधर्ममनुप्रपन्ना गतागतं कामकामा लभन्ति अनन्याश्चिन्तयन्तो मां ये जना पर्युपासते तेषां नित्याभियुक्तानां योगक्षेमं वहाम्यहम् येऽपि अन्यदेवता भक्ता यजन्ते श्रद्धयान्विताः तेऽपि मामेव कौन्तेय यजन्ति अविधिपूर्वकम् अहं हि सर्वयज्ञानं भोक्तां च प्रभुरेव च न तु माम् अभिजानन्ति त्वत्विद्याश्च चवन्ति ते यान्ति देवव्रता देवान् पितॄन् यान्ति पितृव्रताः भूतानि यान्ति भूतेज्य यान्ति मम यज्ञोऽपि माम् पत्रं पुष्पं फलं तोयं यो मे भक्त्या प्रयच्छति तदहं भक्ति उपाहृतम् अश्नामि प्रियतात्मनः यत् करोषि यदश्नासि यज्जुहोषि ददासि यत् yat tapasyasi kaunteya tat kurushva madarpanam. Shubha Shubha Phaler Evam Moksha Se Karma Bandhanai Sannyasa Yoga Yuktatma Vimukto Mamupashyasi Samoham Sarva Bhuteshu Name Dveshosti Na Priyaha Ye Bhajanti Tu Mam Bhaktya Maite Teshu Chapyaham Api Cheta Suduracharo Bhajate Mam Ananya Bhak Sadhureva Samantavya Samyak Vyavasito Hi Saha Kshipram Bhavati Dharmatma Sashvachantim Nigacchati Kaunteya Pratijanihi Name Bhaktah Prayashyati Mam Hi Partha Vipashritya Yepi Shuya Papayonaya Striyo Vaishyas Tatha Shudras Tepi Yanti Param Gatim Kim Punar Brahmana Punya Bhakta Rajashayas Anityam Asukham Lokam Imam Prapya Bhajasva Mam Manmana Bhava Mad Bhakto Madhyaji Mam Namaskuru Name Vaishyasi Yuktevam Atmanam Mat Prayanam Om Tat Sad Iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita Supnishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastri Shri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Rajaguhyo Yoga Nama Navamo Adhyaya Hari Om. Isn't this so thrilling? This chapter is full of beautiful verses, and so many of them we can apply in our day-to-day lives. Anybody like to have a reflection? One or two verses quickly. Mr. Mike Prabhu? Yeah, thank you. That is my personal favorite for 20 years, I can tell you. That actually was my selling point for Krishna Gosh. Somebody sold that verse to me, and then I am here for half of my life now.
I find a lot of solace, because I know I lack a lot of things, so at least I'm hopeful Krishna will help, fill in those gaps. That way it's easier.
He preserves what we have and He gives what we don't have. So there is no worries. Right? Mataji's, any thoughts? Any reflections? Any particular verse that you like? This chapter? Okay, this was fine. So the last verse talks about Manmanaman Madbhakta Madhyajimam Namaskuru, and 50% of this verse is repeated again in chapter 18. So there is a reason why Krishna is repeating that verse. Now, we know that our fundamental principles of what we are doing here is bhakti. So, worshipping Krishna, Manmanaman Madbhakta, paying obeisances, doing pranam, worshipping Him, engage in devotion. And Prabhu, if you can bring up that translation, please, that last verse, 34th translation. That's the most confidential knowledge. And the chapter concludes with that message. Yes. Engage your mind always in thinking of me, become my devotee, offer obeisances to me, and worship me. Being completely absorbed in me, surely you will come to me. Right? So, thank you everyone for joining so far in the journey this morning. And we'll continue in 5 minutes. We'll take a quick break and set up the room with the seats and get ready for the Srimad Bhagavatam class at 8 a.m. Any other questions or you have something? Yes.
I think I like the Patra Pushpam Phalam Toyam.
Patra Pushpam Phalam Toyam. So simple.
Yeah, so you don't really need to have very extravagant things. You can just give what you have. And sometimes if you don't have anything, if it comes from your heart, that's good enough.
Some tulsi leaf, water, any flower. But the next verse he says, if you have something, then do everything for me. Yat karoshi, yat nashiyaj. Yeah. So does it mean that we have to be greedy or miserly for saving the things? And I will give only leaf or flower or water. If I have more resources, if I have more availability of items, paraphernalia to worship, then why not do everything? My life, my profession, everything we can surrender to Krishna. Thank you. Okay, 5 minutes break. Like it or no? All right, Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama, Krishna Radha Maya Namah Radha Maya Madhavaya Keşavaya Namah Hare Gopal Govinda Rama Madhusudan Gopal Govinda Rama Giridhari Gopi Na Madana Mohana Giridhari Gopi Na Madana Mohana Hare Rama Krishna Radha Maya Namah Radha Maya Madhavaya Keşavaya Namah Hare Gopal Govinda Rama Madhusudan Gopal Govinda Rama Madhusudan Giridhari Gopina Madana Mohana Gopal Govinda Rama Gopal Govinda Rama Madhusudan Giridhari Gopi Na Madana Mohana Hare Rama Krishna Hare Rama Krishna Yadavaya Yadavaya Madhavaya Keshavaya Namah Hare Hani Hare Rama Krishna Yadavaya Namah Yadavaya
Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivardhari. Jaya Gopi Janavallabha Girivardhari. Yashodanandana Rajajana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Rajajana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Rajajana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Rajajana Ranjana. Yamunatira Vanachari. Yamunatira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivardhari. Yashodanandana Rajajana Ranjana. Yamunatira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Nitai Gaur Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaur Hari Bol. Hare Krishna. Good morning and welcome to the Saturday morning. ISV's famous Bhagavatam class. And Prabhu, if you don't mind putting up the Zoom audience, I'd like to see who is joining us from different parts of the world. All of you are so pious souls who have taken time and prioritized this class over other things. Okay. So, sunrise time. I was thinking of sun actually this morning, that with the seasons changing now, springtime, and we are getting early sunrise, right? So, sun is also, Krishna is compared to sun actually, in multiple places. One of the famous verses, Krishna Surya Sama, Maya Andhakar, right? Jahan Krishna taha nahi Maya Adhikar. It means that Krishna is compared to the sun, and wherever there is sun, there is no control of Maya or darkness or material nature. And we are very thankful to our founder Acharya Prabhupada, who has provided us this facility as a temple, as a congregation, association of devotees, as a family, where we can get together and we can practice Krishna consciousness. So, when we talk about sun, interesting thing about sun is that it's never born. It appears. Right now it's rising in the Bay Area. It must have risen 3 hours ago in Chicago or New York, right? 3 hours later in Hawaii. So it appears and disappears. It just happens. It's a cycle. And we cannot say that sun is born or it will die tonight. It just comes and goes. And that's how the nature is running. And similarly, Krishna is also appearing in different incarnations, different plenary expansions, different avatars. And next week, or coming Tuesday actually, we are celebrating Ram Navami, which is the appearance day of Lord Ramachandra. So, how about we do quick reading of Lord Ramachandra's glories today from Srimad Bhagavatam, and then we can further delve into the topic and have the discussion continue for the next hour and a half. Is that okay? So, rules and etiquettes, as you already know, the weapon that we have to use today is to fight against the Maya. What is the weapon? Holy name is there, but there is a mic with you. Use the mic as weapon, because when you speak, your voice will go into the recording. People listening on Zoom and YouTube and Facebook, they will be able to listen to you. And then that's how you can broadcast Krishna's message all over the world. So right now, mic is the biggest weapon. So when you speak, please use the mic. We can get the Mangalacharan prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Suti Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vancha Kalpatarubhrischa Krpa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shrivas Adi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Srimad Bhagavatam, 9th Canto, Chapter 10, verse 3, please. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudiryayet. Hare Krishna. So, if you are doing your chanting japa, it's the best thing to do in the world. So, I encourage that you do fully focus chanting and not be distracted by this class. So, but if you like to listen to the class, please be attentive in the class, one thing at a time. Thank you for understanding. So, Prabhu, if you can scroll down, and we start with the synonyms first. And so you can repeat after me. Tasya, of him, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Ramachandra and his brothers. Anucharitam, transcendental activities. Rajan, O King, Maharaj Parikshit. Rishibhi, by great sages or saintly persons. Tattvadarshibhi, by persons who know the absolute truth. Shrutam, have all been heard. He, indeed. Varnitam, as they have been so nicely described. Bhuri, many. Tvaya, by you. Sita Pate, of Lord Ramachandra, the husband of Mother Sita. Muhu, more than often. Sanskrit verse, Prabhu, please scroll up. Thank you. Tasyanucharitam. Please repeat. Tasyanucharitam. Rajan. Rishibhis. Tattvadarshibhi. Shrutam. Hi. Varnitam bhuri. Tvaya. Sita patir. Muhu. Tasyanucharitam rajan. Rishibhis tattvadarshibhi. Shrutam hi varnitam bhuri. Tvaya sita patir muhu. Tasyanucharitam rajan. Rishibhis tattvadarshibhi. Shrutam hi varnitam bhuri. Tvaya sita patir muhu. Tasyanucharitam rajan. Rishibhis tattvadarshibhi. Shrutam hi varnitam bhuri. Tvaya sita patir muhu. Tasyanucharitam rajan. Rishibhis tattvadarshibhi. Shrutam hi varnitam bhuri. Tvaya sita patir muhu. Anybody would like to start?
Tasyanucharitam rajan.
Tasyanucharitam rajan.
Rishibhis tattvadarshibhi.
Rishibhis tattvadarshibhi.
Shrutam hi varnitam bhuri.
Shrutam hi varnitam bhuri.
Tvaya sita patir muhu.
Tvaya sita patir muhu.
Tasyanucharitam rajan.
Tasyanucharitam rajan.
Rishibhis tattvadarshibhi.
Rishibhis tattvadarshibhi.
Shrutam hi varnitam bhuri.
Shrutam hi varnitam bhuri.
Tvaya sita patir muhu.
Tvaya sita patir muhu. Matajis.
Tasyanucharitam rajan.
Tasyanucharitam rajan.
Rishibhis tattvadarshibhi.
Rishibhis tattvadarshibhi.
श्रुतं हि वर्णितं भूरि
Shrutam hi varnitam bhuri
त्वया सीतापतेर्मुहुः
Tvaya sita pater muhu. In the Sevika Mataji.
Tasyanurcharitam rajan
Tasyanucharitam rajan
Rishibhistatvadarshibhi
Rishibhis tattvadarshibhi
Shrutam hi varnitam bhuri
Shrutam hi varnitam bhuri
Tvaya sita patermuhu.
Tvaya sita pater muhu. So let's read the translation. O King Parikshit, the transcendental activities of Lord Ramachandra have been described by great saintly persons who have seen the truth. Because you have heard again and again about Lord Ramachandra, the husband of Mother Sita, I shall describe these activities only in brief. Please listen. So before we go into the purport, is there anything that stands out? I think actually there are multiple things I like about this translation. Without even looking into the Srila Prabhupada's purport, of course that's something we must be doing, but without even looking into the details, very, very basic things, common sense stands out of this verse. A mic, please. I think, Prabhu, you missed that part. We talked about the biggest weapon for today. The biggest weapon for today is mic. Because that's how you broadcast the message to all over the world, right?
Again and again.
Again and again. So, what is again and again? Heard again and again, right? Okay, others? Yes, Mataji.
So, like who have seen the truth, I remember that Maharishi Valmiki has seen the truth, and that's why he already written the Ramayana.
Yes.
And Ramchandra came before Krishna in the Treta Yug. So already like when Krishna came, the Yasoda Ma and Nand Maharaj, so he
We got your message. Perfect. So you mentioned about Valmiki and persons who have described it before. So they are called Tattva-darshibhi, which means people who have seen the truth and they are imparting knowledge to other people. And that's basically a repetition of Bhagavad Gita, famous verse. What is that verse? Nobody. Those who have seen the truth. What is that? No. Yes, go ahead.
I'm thinking about Machita Madgata Prana Bodhayanta Parasparam.
No. Approach a spiritual master and surrender and offer services and ask questions, and they can because the truth. What is that verse? 434, right? Sanskrit?
Tadviti pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te gnanam jnanas tattva darshini.
Ganinas tattva
Darshini.
darshina. Ganinas tattva darshina. So, people who have seen that truth is exactly the same word being repeated here. Tattva darshibhi, right? So, thank you. Valmiki and people who are self-realized, who have seen the truth, they can impart knowledge to others. And then again and again, yes. So people in general, they find hard to connect with the people know that Krishna and Radha were there. They mostly romanticize in the modern world the story of Krishna and Rama, Krishna and Radha. But people in general do not know the details of the Krishna book or the 10th canto of Bhagavatam, right? Most people, of course, do not know about Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Srila Prabhupada and the Vaishnava Parampara. But you go anybody in the street and talk to them, Ram, they know. Even the kids know because their favorite character in Ramayana is Hanuman, right? And we have people who can easily relate to Ramayana. So Lord Ramachandra's glories and stories have been repeated again and again. And this is what Shukdev Goswami is telling Parikshit Maharaj. So I will be describing these to you only in brief. Please listen. So what's going to be happening is right now is probably the shortest version of Ramayana that you've ever heard in the next verse. Purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki. Modern Rakshasas, posing as educationally advanced merely because they have doctorates, have tried to prove that Lord Ramachandra is not the Supreme Personality of Godhead, but an ordinary person. But those who are learned and spiritually advanced will never accept such notions. They will accept the descriptions of Lord Ramachandra and his activities only as presented by, everybody together, Tattvadarshis, those who know the absolute truth. In Bhagavad Gita 4:34, the Supreme Personality of Godhead advises everyone to speak together. Tadvidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya upadekshanti te jnanam jnaninas tattvadarshinaha. Just try to learn the truth by approaching a spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because he has seen the truth. Unless one is Tattvadarshi, in complete knowledge of the absolute truth, one cannot describe the activities of the personality of Godhead. Therefore, although there are many so-called Ramayanas or histories of Lord Ramachandra's activities, some of them are not actually authoritative. Sometimes Lord Ramachandra's activities are described in terms of one's own imaginations, speculations, or material sentiments. But the characteristics of Lord Ramachandra should not be handled as something imaginary. While describing the history of Lord Ramachandra, Shukdev Goswami told Maharaj Parikshit, "You have already heard about the activities of Lord Ramachandra." Apparently, therefore, 5,000 years ago, there were many Ramayanas or histories of Lord Ramachandra's activities, and there are many still. But we must select only those books written by Tattvadarshis, Jnaninas Tattvadarshina, and not the books of so-called scholars who claim knowledge only on the basis of a doctorate. This is a warning by Shukdev Goswami, Rishibhis Tattvadarshibhi. Although the Ramayana composed by Valmiki is a huge literature, the same activities are summarized here by Shukdev Goswami in a few verses. So modern scholars have actually made a business out of it. If you go to Amazon, there are books on Sita, portraying her as somebody who has suffered her entire life. And with the books, they have actually completely ignored her being a personality of Lakshmi Devi herself, as a consort of the Lord. There are books where they are portraying Lord Rama as a warlord, as a hero. They are portraying Rama and Ravan, the character of politics. There are so many books available in Amazon and everywhere in the world. And Srila Prabhupada actually writes here that these books are not new. I have personally met people actually. For me, I know people would say, yeah, Rama and Krishna, they were good people. They appeared, but they died long time back. Yeah. So there is a disconnect, an apparent, I would say, ignoring of the fact, not even acceptance or, just complete denying the fact that he is Supreme Personality of Godhead or somebody who appears at his own will for his purpose of paritranaya sadhuna vinashaya dushkritam. Higher than that is his own desire to appear whenever and wherever he likes. But then people just tend to create different versions, their own scholarly articles, their own literary thesis, and they convert the holy scriptures of Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavad Gita, and Bhagavatam into their own mentally imagined stories. So here Srila Prabhupada is warning us against going with those imaginary stories. They might seem appealing, palatable to our ears, because in general, in a conditioned state of mind, material world, we are conditioned to be attracted towards material things which are more, and this entire Hollywood, Bollywood, the entire entertainment industry is making money out of our inclination to be attracted towards the things like romance, tragedy, comedy, horror, detective stories, yeah, suspense, thrillers. I heard from somebody recently. sunshine is falling equally on everything. The rocks, stones, the trees and humans. Sunshine is equal to everybody. But some of the objects here, like rocks, they make no use of it. Plants make some use of it, and humans make the most use of it. So depending on the intellect level and the development of our evolution of our progress in our spiritual life, similarly in the same manner, the same knowledge of Krishna consciousness, the same knowledge of Ramayana and Bhagavad Gita can be also perceived and interpreted and applied in our lives if we choose to be more receptive for the true knowledge, which is Tattvadarshi, as described by the spiritually advanced people, and not like the rocks who just sit there and not act on that. So anything that you like out of the purport? Srila Prabhupada says multiple things here. Maybe just one or two comments. Prabhu, can you scroll to the purport, please? The purport. Anything that is catching your attention? Yes, please, Mike. Is it on?
Prabhupada emphasizes on authoritative literatures to like rely on that like for Bhagavatam also, like a lot of short books are there in the market like Gita, but you have to go through the authority who has written as a authority under the like Guru
Very good.
So that we should cannot be imply any false imagination.
Yes, we may not be misdirected because of these misinterpreted versions of the scriptures. Okay, any other thoughts before we move on? Okay. Prabhu, let's go to next verse. That's going to be something called the shortest version of Ramayana that I have seen. I'm sure you must have seen shorter than this one, but it's the shortest version of Ramayana. Actually, some of you know, I have a 3-year-old boy, and my kid has a Ramayana, like a small animated kind of, picture book of Ramayana. And this Ramayana is even shorter than that Ramayana. So let's go down, Prabhu. And the translation. All right, to keep the promise of his father intact, Lord Ramachandra immediately gave up the position of king and, accompanied by his wife, Mother Sita, wandered from one forest to another on his lotus feet, which were so delicate that they were unable to bear even the touch of Sita's palms. The Lord was also accompanied by Hanuman or by another monkey, Sugriva, king of the monkeys, and by his own younger brother, Lord Lakshmana, both of whom gave him relief from the fatigue of wandering in the forest. Having cut off the nose and ears of Shurpanakha, thus disfiguring her, the Lord was separated from Mother Sita. He therefore became angry, moving his eyebrows and thus frightening the ocean, who then allowed the Lord to construct a bridge to cross the ocean. Subsequently, the Lord entered the kingdom of Ravana to kill him, like a fire devouring a forest. May that Supreme Lord Ramachandra give us all protection. Please repeat. May that Supreme Lord Ramachandra give us all protection. Siyaba Ramachandra ki Jai. All right. So we see different names. There are like, I think 4 or 5 different names mentioned in this particular translation. Now, there's Shurpanakha and Ravana and multiple people we don't talk about, obviously. But there are some people who were participating in Lord Rama's campaign to the Lanka. And some names are mentioned here. Sugriva, Hanuman, Lakshman. So who is Sugriva? Mike.
King of monkeys.
King of monkeys. Okay, good. And then who is Lakshman?
Brother.
And Hanuman?
Devotee of Lord Rama.
And because he is a devotee, he is the Superman of Ramayana, right? The interesting thing is Lord Ramachandra or Lord Krishna, they have this special favor towards the devotees to make them famous. When Krishna says, we read today in the morning, Bhagavad Gita, Kaunteya pati janihi name bhakta padhashati. Arjun, go declare boldly outside to people that my devotee will never perish. If I announce, people may or may not believe me. If you go and announce, they will trust you. Lord Ramachandra makes Hanuman the hero. And that's why if you go to any country in the world, not only India, there are more temples of Hanuman than Lord Ramachandra himself. Okay? So now we see Lakshman, Hanuman and Sugriva as the three characters coming out of this, or three heroes coming out of this translation. And also we'll take support from the Valmiki Ramayana translation by His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Swami, which I have here, which I purchased from this temple a few years back. So, okay. Little lightly down if possible. Yeah. Thank you. It's better. Yeah. It's coming in obstructing my view. Thank you, Prabhu. So if you can, Prabhu, bring up my presentation. Yes. And please use the mic.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
So when you're talking about it and your son is reading it, so I would like to know from you, since you've read so much, how have you used them in your everyday life?
I know only one thing.
What?
The summary or the juice or essence of all these scriptures is to surrender to Krishna through the proper channel by serving your spiritual master. I have not read much. I am not qualified much. The only thing I am doing is trying to follow the instructions of my spiritual master.
Okay, so according to you, if I'm hearing it right, that you put the guidance from your spiritual master above these writings?
Yes.
Yes.
Everything that we are doing in our system is called parampara. Parampara means succession, which means the guru passes down knowledge to the disciples, and that's how it continues. So we are not authorized to speak anything on our own.
Oh, okay. Good to know. But everybody who reads even one sentence,
Yes.
they have their own personal interpretations. Each one of us, 10 people sitting will understand it differently in 10 different ways.
Interpretations could be different, but we are looking at the interpretation by the parampara, the most authentic way. Our realizations could be different. The way we are absorbing that could be different, but interpretations are different from realizations.
And what about putting it in practice in everyday life?
They all come down to serving a spiritual master.
Okay.
Sakshat harittvena samasta shaster ukta sadabhav yataiva sadbhi kintu prabhoriya priyeva tasya vande guru shri charanara vindam.
I didn't understand.
Which means, Sakshat harittvena samasta shaster. All put together all the scriptures and they come back and say, so you're a spiritual master.
Okay.
Okay? Good. Jai Shri Krishna. Okay, so who wants to read? Yes, Prabhu.
People in the material world are very fond of the goddess of fortune, and they want her favor in the form of riches. They should know, however, that the goddess of fortune is inseparable from Lord Vishnu. Materialists should understand that the goddess of fortune should be worshipped along with Lord Vishnu and should not be regarded separately. Materialists seeking the favor of the goddess of fortune must worship Lord Vishnu and Lakshmi together to maintain material opulence. If a materialist follows the policy of Ravana, who wanted to separate Sita from Lord Ramachandra, the process of separation will vanquish him. Those who are very rich and have taken favor of the goddess of fortune in this world must engage their money in the service of the Lord. In this way, they can continue in their opulent position without disturbance.
Isn't that true? That people in general are inclined to get more and more wealth and health and opulence for themselves. And there is a famous prayer in the Indian culture, Dhana Sampati Ghar Aave, Kashta Mite Tanka. I get all the wealth and everything, health and wealth and all the opulence, and my diseases get eradicated, and that's why I'm worshipping the Lord. But here it clearly says that Vishnu and Lakshmi should never be separated. Because if somebody is trying to worship only Lakshmi or take Lakshmi out in their own possession, that is going to be acting as Ravan. Because you are trying to separate Sita from Lord Ramachandra. Okay, so now yes, please, go ahead.
Hare Krishna. What is goddess of fortune?
Lakshmi.
Oh, that's
goddess of fortune, yes. So we talk about here Lakshmi. Now Lakshman's name actually, Lakshman is Lord Rama's brother. His name comes from Lakshmi. One might think that somebody whose name is coming from Lakshmi, in the Valmiki Ramayana actually talks, it says, Sarva Priya Karahatasya Ramasya Api Sharirataha Lakshmano Lakshmi Sampanno Bahi Prana Iva Aparaha. Lakshmano Lakshmi Sampanno. Lakshmi Sampanno means he is endowed and blessed with a lot of Lakshmi, lot of money and wealth and opulence. Goddess of fortune is blessing Lakshman himself, right? Right there. So he should be somebody who is the most wealthiest, right? And somebody who is the wealthiest of all, why would that person be living in the forest? He had a chance to stay in the kingdom in Ayodhya, to stay in the palace, and he had the full opportunity to be the king. But why would he leave the comforts, the luxury of the palace and go out? He was not banished. Understood, Ram was going out, Sita was his wife, so they would go together. What was Lakshman's motivation to go? Because Lakshman's biggest Lakshmi, his biggest fortune, his biggest wealth is not the material opulence. Lakshman's biggest wealth is his servitude for Lord Ramachandra. His Lakshmi Sampanno is what? Bahi Prana Iva Para. He's the outside Bahi Prana. He's Lord Ramachandra's outside life here. Lord Ramachandra is living, but his life is in Lakshman. So Lakshman cannot separate it from Lord Ramachandra. So at times in our lives, we see situations where we are facing challenging situations. Somebody accusing us for wrong deeds. When I did something wrong, accept it. When I'm not doing anything wrong, what is my first reaction? Defense and anger. Okay. And then, what is the biggest accusation in one? I'm not saying in your life or my life. Just think of anybody. What is the biggest blame or blasphemy or accusation you may have seen on anybody in your life? Just one example. A real example. You stole my money? Anything higher than that? Or worse than that? Character. That's true, right? You say when health is lost, when wealth is lost, something is lost, something like that. Health is lost, something more is lost. When character is lost, everything is lost. So somebody blaming, accusing somebody on this character is the biggest blasphemy, the biggest arrow one can shoot in somebody's heart. Right? So what's happening here is, when Lord Ramachandra was searching for Sita Mata, he was crying, wailing with pain, suffering for many days now. Where is Sita? Where is Sita? And both Ram and Lakshman were wandering in the forest, eating roots and shoots and herbs and shrubs and whatever they could get, sleeping, not sleeping, whatever. And by the way, Lakshman, some of the versions of Ramayana, not the Valmiki Ramayana, but I've heard from other advanced devotees that they have told, Lakshman actually took a vow to not sleep for 14 years. Because Lord Rama and Sita were sleeping on the grass, on the floor, in the forest. So how can I sleep? That is his Lakshmi, that is his real wealth of surrendering and dedicating in pure love to Lord Ram. So then when Lord Ramachandra and Lakshman were searching for Sita, and they reach the planet of apes, what do you call that? It's a movie, right? The planet of apes. So we call that the kingdom of apes. What is the kingdom called?
Kishkinda.
It's ruled by Sugriva. Okay. So then they come and say, okay, yeah, we understand who you are and you are looking for your wife. We can probably help you. No, we know we have some jewelry pieces. Maybe, have you seen these things? Like, when you go for investigation, police says, we found this, we discovered, like, my car is stolen or whatever. Okay, I found some pieces out of your car, like, this is your tire. What happens, but in India actually happens. One of my co-workers, actually, he lost his scooter many years back. And he went to police station. And then police says, that's your scooter? He says, yes, actually. Okay, give me some money and we'll pay you back. So police were like directly asking for bribe. So what happens is some things are lost, and that's one of the ways to tell people, to convince that it's your thing or not. So then Sugriva comes and says, okay, this is I have some ornaments, some jewelry pieces. They might have fallen from when Ravana was taking the Sita Mata in his airplane. So then Ram says, okay, Ram is in a very, very pathetic, very, very distressed condition. Imagine like he's just unable to take decision. He's just saying, Lakshmana, you see. I cannot do it. Can you take a look at these things? Are these Sita's ornaments, Sita's jewelry? And then Lakshman says, Naham janami keyure, naham janami kundale, nupure toabhi janami, nityam padhavi vandanat. Lakshman says, Lord Ram, I do not recognize this bracelet or armlet. Keyure. Naham janami kundale. Kundale means earring. I do not recognize this kundal, this earring. The only thing I recognize is her feet's anklets. Nupure to abhijanami. I certainly recognize that one. Because in entire Sita, the only place where Lakshman has ever looked is her feet. And he has always been worshipping Sita Mata in the mood of her servant. He does not recognize Sita Mata's face or jewelry or anything because he has never looked above Sita's feet. And that Sita, or that Lakshman actually, was accused of something very, very extreme blasphemy on his character. So when Lord Ramachandra was out hunting for that deer, everyone knows, right? There was a deer of what color? Golden color.
Golden deer.
So then Sita says, and there's a demon there, Marichi. He says, Lakshman, save me, save me. He kind of, he is impersonating Ram and making his own his voice and say, self, help me, save me. So Sita says, Lakshman, go, look at Ram there. Lakshman says, no. It's not Ram. He's capable enough. He's well capable of killing everything in the world. Let's sit down, relax, chill. So then Sita Mata says, no, go. I'm telling you, go there. It's Ram who is in trouble. He's in distress right now. Go and help him. Lakshman says, there's no need to go there. It's already covered there. But then Sita says, now Sita actually starts getting angry on Lakshman. And then she says, she actually uses some very, very extreme words for Lakshman. She calls him Anarya. Anarya means civilized person. Anarya means uncivilized person. Anarya Karuna Ramba Nrishamsa. Nrishamsa means brutal, barbaric. You are so uncivilized, Lakshman. You are so brutal. Kul Pamsana. You are a degrader of your dynasty. You take pleasure in getting Ram hurt there. Look at Lakshman, who has not slept he has taken a vow to not to sleep for 14 years, who is just guarding Lord Ramachandra all the time, 24/7, who had no need to come out of the luxuries of the kingdom, the palace. And he's getting accusation from Sita. She doesn't stop there. She continues on to say, Sudvishta, you are very maleficent. You have malintentions. You are dushta. Vane Ramam ekam eko anugachati. You came before Ram and me. Why? Mama hetu. You are a party to the conspiracy of Bharat, and that's why you came alone on yourself to follow us, because so you can enjoy me. Somebody who has never looked above her Sita's feet. Imagine the character. Not just finger pointing, it's complete devastation of somebody's, complete, demolishing somebody's character by saying that you are after me, and that's why you don't want to go and save Ram. You are a dusht. You are such a maleficent person. And imagine Lakshman could have said, it's your husband-wife's issue. Okay, my journey was until here. I'm good. I'm done. Thank you. Yes. Wonderful. I'm done. I'm leaving. My contract was over until now. Or they call it employment at will. Right? I can quit my company. I quit my job. You are on your own. Ram is there. Sita, you are in the cottage. Stay happy. I'm out. But despite knowing that truth, that Lord Ram is the all-potent, he is the most powerful, but only to please Sita Mata, he went and took the risk. In our daily lives, we are faced with so many challenges in our lives, so many troubles. When people accuse us, they blame us for certain things. When we are considered party to wrong things, when we are considered participating or conspiring. I'm not sure conspiring is a very hard word, but we will actually look at it. Hey, you have done this, or you are the person. Within devotee community, he's like that, she's like that. And that there's a grapevine around everywhere. And it comes to me and say, oh, people think about me like this. So then what do? I heard the words earlier. Become angry, disappointed, discouraged, demotivated. But that did not discourage Lakshman from continuing his trip, his camping trip with Lord Rama. It was a camping trip, not for fun. It was a brutal journey for 14 years. He did not quit so easily. So this is the true. So if go to the next slide. That's the story of Lakshman. We can learn tolerance, servitude, commitment, and sacrifice from him. How sacrifice? There's another story in Lakshman's life. Towards the end of Ramayana, when Lord Rama is ruling Ayodhya kingdom back, after 14 years he comes back. And then there's a time when Lakshman has a hard choice to make. Even harder than a character. Can you guess what that could be? His own very life. He was cursed. He had a choice. On one hand, you can save Ayodhya and Rama and everybody, or you die yourself. Either they die, or they get destroyed, or you get destroyed. He was cursed. And there's a different story, not for this class, but different topic from Valmiki Ramayana, so you are encouraged to go and read it on your own. But then, Lakshman, he picked up that choice of dying himself. And that's how he departed from this world. He is a story of sacrifice, commitment for his entire life. And that is the true Lakshmi Sampanna. That's a true fortune that one can ever get, is to serve Lord Rama and Lord Krishna. Lakshmano Lakshmi Sampanno. This is the true wealth of Lakshman. So we go forward with Sugriva. So we have now met Sugriva there. Okay, and then what's happening here? Sugriva is assigning his monkey army And they are giving different projects. So just like we have different projects, any project manager in the room? Software project managers, hardware project managers? Any examples of projects you are managing? In your profession? Nobody manages projects? No one? Okay. There could be things like, I don't know, different stages of software like development, or there is testing, there is UAT and launch and everything, right? So there's different stages of any activity. So similarly, Sugriva is dispatching his monkey army. Now he's telling everybody, go and search for Sita Mata. So then I'll read from Ramayana here. Now, actually, before that, next slide. Who knows what is the meaning of this one? Mike, yes.
So when life gives you lemons, you make lemonade. This phrase often is used when one is faced in a difficult situation. You just try to make the best of it, basically.
So when we have a difficult situation, when we are undergoing some troubles and tribulations in life, then how we come out stronger from there and make use of that? Should we complain about the lemons being sour? Somebody gifted me a bag of lemons because they have extra lemons in their tree. Or I can make lemonade, which I can enjoy for 2 months, small quantity every day. Right? So now Sugriva is dispatching all his soldiers, those monkey ape soldiers. Okay. So Sugriva called for monkey King Vinda and ordered, I want you and your soldiers to search everywhere in the eastern direction, including the 7 oceans, the 7 islands. Beyond the ocean of milk, there is an ocean of fresh water. Subterranean fire, 13 yojanas from the eastern shore. So he has such a precision, such a precise knowledge of the locations. Not only directions, but how many distance. Yojana is like unit of distance. Like I think 8 miles is 1 yojana, something like that. So he's telling go 13 yojanas precisely. From eastern shore, and then you find a golden rock. There is an Anant Shesh residing there. Shesha supports the entire earth. And I'm giving you 1 month for this project. Then he calls Angad, Neel, Hanuman, Jamavant, Dvida, and all the other soldiers, and asks them to go to south. And then he says, go to south, 800 miles beyond, which is 100 yojanas here. 100 yojanas beyond northern shore of Salt Ocean is an island, which is the residence of Ravana. Further south is Bhogavati and capital of Rasatal and Vasuki and Rishabh Mountain and Bhumandala, Yamaraj, Pitraloka and everything. He doesn't stop there. He goes further and says, calls Sushena, another soldier, his superintendent of soldiers. He calls, go to middle of Salt Ocean in Pragjotishpur. There is Narkasur. And western is the where sun sets. Beyond that, there is no information. And then one more commander. He says, Shatabali, north. And you go to the Himalayas. And Himalayas, there is a desolate land. There is Mount Kailash. Kuvera lives there. In the Kraunucha Mountain, Uttara Kuru province, northern saltwater, Golden Mountain, Somagiri. He has such a detailed knowledge, which is hard to imagine somebody like Sugriva can have. Precision of distance and directions and every single location, who is living there, who is the person, what's the characteristic of landscape, the topography, everything he knows. So Lord Ramachandra is looking at him like, okay, maybe I chose the right partner. That's something I'm making up my own, by the way. But anyway, so when everybody goes out now, Ramachandra says to Sugriva, okay, everybody is gone. Come out for some side conversation. In office we have this side conversation like, I want to talk to you. Come on one side. Let's go to coffee machine. Pata kya chal raha hai? Like this, right? Side conversations. Now Ramachandra says, how do you even know these details? Like you are so precise in telling every direction, every distance. How come you know all of these details? And I'm surprised. Tell me these things. So Lord Ramachandra is now not publicly asking, because if you know like somebody in the office meeting, right? How do you know these things? Like they might get offended, right? their co-workers might feel like, oh, they are not trusting my manager or my teammate. But that's why Lord Ramachandra takes him on the one side and says, after everybody is gone, he says, yeah. Sugriva says, now what's the story of Sugriva? Before he met Ramachandra, what was he undergoing? Yeah, go ahead the story. Couple of sentences, what he was going through.
Running away from his brother Vali.
Running away from his brother Vali. Because he was after him to kill Sugriva. So Vali was going to kill Sugriva, and Sugriva was running everywhere. And because he ran north and south and east and west and everywhere in the entire universe, he could know precisely what is located at what location. So that's what he tells Lord Ram. That before I met you, I was escaping from my life. I was running around to save myself, and I went to so many places. And that's how I learned so much of topography and geography of everything in the world. So now, this is a lesson. That at times, we are facing challenges in our life where we see there is no hope. We are just running around and finding different solutions. This doesn't work, that doesn't work. We keep on running. And then something happens, and somebody in the form of Lord Ramachandra or his messenger devotees or somebody in the form of scriptures or Rama's message, they come and help us. So then, when the help is there and we are happy, but then we should not forget the lessons that we have learned from our past difficult situations. And that's how we make the lemonade out of the lemons in our life. Every bad situation, every obstacle, every hurdle in our life has something to teach us. Who would know that somebody running around in different parts of the universe would meet someday Lord Ramachandra and can get all these soldiers dispatched to different directions to assist Lord Ramachandra in his mission? We should not wait for services to be assigned to us. Whatever is my area of expertise, be it cooking, cleaning, speaking, singing, musical instruments, selling, just be prepared with these experiences, different knowledge, different values that we learn over time. And one day there will be opportunity to serve Lord Krishna in the temple here. Someday, Adinath Prabhu will ask, "Want to go book distribution with me?" And then you can go in his truck, right? Nikunj Nayak Prabhu, book distributor. He can ask you any day. Vindas Savika cooking in the kitchen, "I want your help in making cookies." The fact that I have burnt 100 cookies should not stop me from making the next cookie in the temple. The fact that I have failed 100 times in distributing books, I have failed 100 times in reciting the verses doesn't stop me, shouldn't stop me from learning something new. Because there are services always happening. Lord Krishna and Rama are always willing to accept us in their service. We just need to understand that all these obstacles, these challenges that we are seeing in our life, they are like lemons. We don't throw those. We accept them, we learn from them, and make a lemonade when the time comes. Isn't that interesting? The story of Sugriva. Now, Ramayana is incomplete without Hanuman. I'll take a break and rest for myself. I like to have people the audience lead the conversation and talk a few things about Hanuman that you have liked. Or just you know about, even if you not like Hanuman. Can somebody not like Hanuman, by the way? No, right? So true. So yesterday I was in the group discussion of our home setting. It's called Bhakti Community Program. And then we had I think 7 or 8 year old kid. And born and raised in the US. And doesn't know much probably about Ramayana and these things. But one thing he says, Hanuman is cool. I love him. So Hanuman is something everybody likes to talk about. So yes, let's take a moment to have a few reflections on Hanuman. Go ahead.
I think I can share something at my home. So my little one, 5-year-old, when he tries to win from his sister who is older than him, and sometimes he tries to defend me, and he figures out that he is smaller in height and strength. He just starts singing like Jai Sri Ram, Jai Sri Ram, and he tries to push hard, and then his opponent, particularly most of the time, is me. He defends. Like if I'm telling his sister to go and read or something, and his sister calls him to defend, he will come and he start pushing me. And then anytime he gets like someone not working, even when he is pushing any heavy object to get his toys that fell down, he'll start chanting Jai Sri Ram, Jai Sri Ram to get it. He is
Good.
so inspired with Hanuman. That
Very nice. Thank you for
like
sharing.
it works all the time.
It works. Yes, Vidya Sevika Mataji.
One of my favorite stories about Hanuman is how when he was given a pearl necklace, he was trying to chew on that, and
He tried to?
chew on that. And
Yeah.
then when he didn't find, then he said that he didn't find Ram there. So it's a useless thing. So anything that is not related to the Lord, that's just useless.
Yes, it's useless. Others? Yes, in the back.
So I have heard, and because in my family, Hanuman is the one who's worshipped.
Yes.
So every Tuesday, no non-veg and, prashadam and things like that. So my father was asking me when he was alive, why do you have to worship Krishna? Why don't you worship Hanuman? This has been in our family. And I was like, quiet. I was like, I feel like, And then he said, he's Pavan Putra, means he's the son of wind. That's what he's called. So
Yes.
he can do anything. And he's the one who helped Ram, right? Which is a reincarnation of Krishna. So he used to argue with me that you need to worship Hanuman who could help Ram and instead of the other way around.
What did you answer?
So he's saying that Hanuman is superior than Ram, or in other words, Krishna. So that used to happen. So I had no answer, only that it's my faith. Well, I would like to hear your perspective.
Okay. So, if we worship Hanuman with all our heart, what do you think Hanuman will reply to us? He appears and says, I'm happy with your sacrifice and your prayers. So then what will Hanuman say?
Jai Sri Ram.
Jai Sri Ram, worship Ram. That's what he will say. He comes and goes on the flag of Arjuna's chariot in Mahabharata. You saw that, right? Wherever there is Ram or Krishna, he's there. Yes, because he's a servant. He's a mood of, it's called Dasa rasa. So Lord Krishna has different rasas to enjoy, just like we have our family and friends and co-workers and children and parents. Similarly, Krishna, he enjoys in different mellows or different rasas or different tastes. So for some people, he is their child, Yasoda and Nand, Vasudeva and Devaki, right? Or for some people, he is a friend, like he is a friend of Sudama or Arjuna. For some people, he is a lover, like Radha and the gopis. So he has different flavors or different tastes of relationships. And the mood and relationship with Hanuman is of servant. So servant, Hanuman, and just because there are occasions where the master has given more authority and superiority to the servant to glorify him, doesn't mean that the master loses his significance. Lord Ram, Lord Krishna, they want their devotees to be more famous, to go and to represent Lord Ram. Krishna wants Arjun to represent him. That's why he's saying, Kaunteya prati janihi. Arjun, go and tell everybody. You go and tell. Krishna could have killed everybody. Actually, he says in the Gita, Chapter 11, he says, everybody has been killed by me already. But you be an instrument in my fight. I want you to lead because you have to be an instrument in the fight. So Krishna and Lord Rama, they keep the devotees in front of them because they want the glories, the success of their devotees. I am not well conversant with the story, but I've heard the name. Okay, maybe some other time. Okay, thank you. So let's go to the story of Hanuman. So what's happening after now? He is assigned, all the monkeys are dispatched. And then Hanuman is dispatched to what location? Southern part. We heard that. And then everybody is preparing to launch, that investigation or the search for Sita. Where is Lanka? Hanuman is going. So what's happening is that there are so many soldiers in the monkey army, and the distance is 100 yojanas or 800 miles, and some of them could jump like 1 yojana, 2 yojana, 3 yojana. Some monkeys say I can do 10 or 20. Vali's son, his name is Angad. He comes and says, at the most I can do 100. But that means I will have a one-way ticket. No return trip. Because I will go and I won't be able to come back. I don't know if I will have the strength to jump back or not. That's the maximum you can get. So maximum one-way trip. So then Jambavan, the bear king, he says, now we have somebody in the army here. His name is Hanuman. And he can jump. Not only he can jump, he can go and come back also. And that's when they encourage Hanuman, they motivate him with some words of glories and praises, and they bring up his strength, and they excite him. It's called bring up some enthusiasm. So that's the importance of association of devotees. That we may not be aware of our true potential, but when devotees around us, they encourage us, they bring us the true potential out of us, then who knows, we can be successful, we can work, we can get all the wonderful things done. So now Jambavan, he starts praising Hanuman, and then Hanuman gets excited and he says, yes, I can do it. And then he says, Jai Shri Ram, and goes to Lanka. Now that's where the trouble starts. He's going from house to house, building to building, garden to the park and river and forest and all the ponds, and he's seeing demons, Rakshasas, Rama and his wives, everybody he's seeing. Hanuman is unable to find Sita anywhere. And in that moment, he feels disappointed. He feels so bad about him. He's so destroyed within himself. I just cannot find Sita. So we also get sometimes, at least I can get these kind of depressing thoughts I get when I'm not successful in certain things. Is it true for others also? It's common, right? We tend to get depressing thoughts. We tend to get, the thoughts of failures, that I am not fit for anything. Somebody like a superhero like Hanuman can also get. He is no exception. He also got these kind of thoughts. I am not fit for anything because I could not find Sita Mata. What will I go and tell back to Ram? If I go and tell Ram and Lakshman, Sita is not found in Lanka, this is their last hope. They will die. If they die, why should I be living then? I should die. But better than that is I should die right here only. I shouldn't even go back to their base camp. So then he starts having suicidal thoughts. And that's the extreme of any depression one can get. Agree or not? But then, in the mood of depression, he looks up and there is one ray of hope, one area that he has not explored yet. He thinks of Lord Ram and prays to him and makes a leap of faith and jumps into that Ashok Vatika and sees Sita Mata sitting under the trees. So never lose hope. Always keep Lord Ram, pray to him, and there will always be a ray of hope. There is always a solution to our problems. No problem is higher than the name of Lord Ram. Boliye Siyavar Ramachandra ki. So then he goes to Sita Mata, and Sita is now doubting him because Sita has seen Ravan coming to her, and he's he's approaching and saying, hey, you have to marry me and I'll accept you, and giving all the proposals, and he's sending all these the women in the garden, the Ashok Vatika there. And Sita says, no, you are Ravan disguised as monkey actually. So she's not trusting Hanuman. So then what happens is Hanuman tries to persuade her, convince her, and says, Sita says actually, why can't Ram and Lakshman come themselves? Why they have to send somebody like you? I don't trust you or the monkey armies, people you're talking about. All of this is fantasy things. I don't believe these things. So then Hanuman says, this is such a menial task to search for you in the Lanka that only the weakest, the smallest, and the most fallen person in the army has been selected to do this menial task. And I'm the weakest. I'm the least of all soldiers of that army. All the soldiers on the army are 100 times more stronger than me. They are more capable than me of destroying Lanka. What to say of soldiers, monkey soldiers? Lord Ramachandra can do everything immediately. But it's for the menial servants like me who has been given the task to search for you. Now, we see a sharp contrast. In the base camp, we saw all the monkey soldiers were simply not capable. But when the time to serve Sita Mata came, Hanuman begged in the utmost mood of humility, falling at her feet and telling Sita Mata that I am the lowest of all. And that's the lesson on humility that we learn from Hanuman's episode. It's not about me all the time. It's not about how stronger I am. It's not about how capable I am. It's about whatever little capability I have, how am I allowed to use that? And if I'm allowed to use that, I will be the best in my services. Feeling good so far? So then, we have discussed so far the three people that we heard from the Srimad Bhagavatam. Lakshman, Sugriva, and Hanuman. Now, in this entire story, we are missing one more person, who is the most important person. Lord Shri Ram. So we are going to read about Lord Ram now. Everybody good? Okay. So if I may request, we are running short of time because we have to end sharp at 9:30. If time remains, I will for sure give the mic to you first. Thank you for your patience. So this is the beginning called Balkand of Ramayana, the beginning of Ramayana. And where we are reading about the characteristics of Lord Ram, the qualities of Lord Ram. Lord Ram has a supremely pure character and is a follower of true religious principles. He is full in self-realization and is the upholder of Varnashrama Dharma. Truly, he is the support of the entire universe. He is simultaneously the destroyer of all foes and the only shelter for those who are fully surrendered. Lord Ram is the only shelter for those who are fully surrendered. Please repeat. Lord Ram is the only shelter for those who are fully surrendered. Lord Ram is the only shelter for all those who are fully surrendered. So what is the surrender and how does Lord Rama is the shelter? So he actually portrays. So now when Hanuman comes back and informs of the success, yay, I found Sita Mata. He's excited. Everybody's like, yeah. Let's go. And then they start the campaign, marching towards Lanka. Now, there is appearance of somebody. That person happens to be Vibhishan. Prabhu, I don't know what's happening with the resolution. Is it resolution or the text itself? If you don't mind. Oh, sorry about that. Okay, then. So we talk about Vibhishan and Lord Rama's supreme shelter. So, Prabhu, I think I'm done actually. You can cancel this presentation. You can remove the presentation. I'm done. Actually towards the end, yeah, here. So what's happening is Vibhishan is coming now. Vibhishan is welcomed with a garland of flowers and say, welcome Vibhishan, come and join us. Thank you for joining. Happy to have you in our team. Is that what's happening? Then somebody coming from the enemy party is coming. Enemy party person is coming in that other side, and what would be the first intuitive, the first impression? Yes. Spy? Others? Danger? He is dangerous to us. He is spying on us. Suspicion? Doubt? Everybody, Sugriva and everybody is just so doubtful. Sugriva actually captures him and says, okay, I'm going to take you to Lord Rama. And then he says, this person is a spy of enemy of Ravana. He has come here to take all our secrets. And we should not be. And then there is a further battle of words or debate happening between Sugriva and Lord Rama. They give reference from, it's called Shastric Pramana. And they give all the references here and there, policies and niti and everything. Niti Shastra, and they bring everything like, this is the policy of war, this is the polity of politics and everything we should be doing. We should not be doing this and such and such. So full chapter on that in the Ramayana. And then the conversation ends when Lord Ramachandra puts the final statement forward. He just says, and it's a very, very famous verse of Ramayana, which actually establishes Lord Rama's characteristics or his qualities of supreme shelter of those who have surrendered, which we just read. Sakradeva prapannaya tavasmi iti cha yachate abhayam sarva bhutebhyo dadami etad vratam mama. Anyone who ever once surrenders to me and says that, oh Lord Ram, I am yours. Sugriva, know this, that it is my vow that I have guaranteed protection to him. If just once somebody says, oh Lord, I am yours, I am your servant, that person has a lifelong insurance policy. Protection guaranteed. Anaya enam harishrestha dattam asya bhayam maya vibhishano va sugriva yadiva ravana soyam. So Vibhishan, because I have guaranteed shelter and safety and security to anyone who surrenders to me, go and bring that brother of Ravana, Vibhishan, to me. Let alone Vibhishan, be it Ravana himself. If he comes and says, I am surrendering, I am willing to accept him. So go and don't be afraid and bring Vibhishan here, because protection is already guaranteed to him. Even Ravana has been guaranteed protection. He has been granted forgiveness, not to say forgiveness, full protection. If he just once says, I am fully surrendered. So this is where we see Lord Rama's heart, his image as the supreme shelter, his characteristic of being the true shelter of his devotees. So we know that the festivals, when Lord Krishna and his incarnations, expansions, they are appearing at their own will. They are not man-made days, like we have Mother's Day and Father's Day and Independence Day, Republic Day, and this day and that day. These days are are higher in nature. They have deeper relevance. Because Krishna says in the Gita, Janma karma cha me divyam evam veti tattvataha taktva deham punarjanma naiti mameti so Arjuna. That my birth and activities are divine in nature. My appearance, my pastimes, my activities are not from this mundane world. They are not under the influence of material nature. So on this occasion of upcoming Ram Navami, let's take a moment to think of Lord Ram and his principles and his teachings and all the devotees who have surrendered their life to Lord Ram. And think about how the appearance of Lord Ram and his transcendental activities they can empower us, they can enable us to meet all the success in our life, to overcome all the hurdles, so that we can get the shelter of Lord Ram's name one day. Because that is the only true way to get out of this world. As Krishna says here, that person does not take birth again in this material world, because that person attains Krishna's eternal abode. So with that, I'd like to bring this presentation to an end. I would like to thank the temple authorities for allowing me in this service today to speak. My heartfelt thanks to all the audience, devotees in the room here, as well as on Zoom and listening on YouTube and Facebook, for your patience and bearing with us for the past an hour and a half almost. So we're remaining 5 more minutes, and we'll accept any questions, reflection, or thoughts that you would like to share. Thank you.
So I'm curious that Hanumanji was already a devotee of Ram, or on meeting him he became a devotee of Ram?
Not just Hanuman. All the entire Vanar army, the monkeys, who are those? They are demigods and devatas actually. When the Lord comes, they come along for his activities, for his pastimes, to participate in his activities. Much like when Krishna comes, he has his eternal friends, eternal partners, gopis and the kids' friends, and everybody, they come along. He brings actually his enemies to fight with him. Krishna, Vishnu, his office co-workers, you can say, right? Were Jay and Vijay actually. They are his secretaries in his office. They are his doorkeepers, or called admins, right? And they are appearing as Hiranyaksha, Hiranyakashipu, Ravana and Kumbhakaran, Shishupal Tantuvakra. So he not only brings his friends, but he also brings his enemies to play with him. And that's the nature of Lord Rama and Krishna. So not just Hanuman actually, they are all the demigods in different moods who have appeared in different names and different families. And Hanuman specifically, he is the topmost unalloyed pure devotee of Lord Ram. Jai Shri Krishna, Jai Shri Ram. Yes. Others? Yes, Prabhu.
When describing Lakshman, you mentioned that he had to make a choice at the end, that either sacrifice himself or protect and save.
Entire kingdom, the entire sacrifice the kingdom. Yes.
Would you be able to just very briefly?
Yes. So
pastime?
What's happening is that the time is coming. Just we see the advent of Srimad Bhagavatam actually. In the beginning it came, and Parishit Maharaj was seeing the influence of Kal, the time, and Kali came, right? And we heard the story in Bhagavatam, we know that, the first canto, that there's a bull, there's a cow, and Kali is telling, this is my time, I have to come. You just cannot kill me, this is my time anyways, right? I have to be here. So Kal, the time comes, it comes and talks to Lord Ram. So now he's saying that, I want to tell you something very, very confidential, very secret. And then the condition is that it should be only you and me talking to each other. One-on-one conversation. Closed room, one-on-one. Nobody comes. So then Lord Ram says, okay, Lakshman, I cannot trust anybody else. Lakshman, you stay out and just make sure nobody comes in here. Now a meeting is happening inside, and somebody comes who is famous or infamous for all his curses all the time. Durvasa Muni. Right? He comes. He makes his guest appearance everywhere. Like he just spoils the broth everywhere. Everywhere he comes. So now he comes and says, I want to meet Ram. I want to go inside. And Lakshman says, no, you cannot. I mean, I'm guarding the office room here, right? You guys cannot go inside. Well, I want to meet him. So then he says, okay, if you if you're stopping me, then I'll curse. That if you don't let me go in, then I curse that entire kingdom of Ayodhya, Lord Ram, everybody will get destroyed. Or but the condition other condition was from Kal, the time actually, that whoever actually is allowed inside, if somebody comes inside, they will die very soon. Yeah. So now he has two choices here. Like he goes inside, not go inside, because if he goes inside, he will die. If he stays out, if he keeps Durvasa out, then the kingdom is destroyed. So then he goes inside, tells Lord Ramachandra, Lord Ram comes out, meets Durvasa, and the meeting is over for nothing. I mean, that's a different thing, but the curse was there, right? The things that are preordained, the things which are predestined have happened. Lakshmana is not an ordinary man. He is the Sankarsana expansion of the Lord. The first expansion is Sankarsana. He comes as Balaram, his brother Lakshman, the first brother. So he has his pastimes ending, wrapping up the time, and then going back. But that's how his pastimes ended on this planet. But that's the choice, if that helps. Yeah. Yes.
Just two clarifying questions to make sure I understood. So the one who was meeting Lord Ram was a time Kal.
Kal, and he says somebody who comes inside, he actually will die.
Anyone who interrupts the meeting.
Yeah, so it disturbs our meeting.
Okay, and
then Lakshman goes to it because Durvasa is here. On one side, he's saying, if you don't go, I'll destroy the kingdom. So you better go and bring Ram here. So Lakshman goes inside and disturbs the meeting.
Okay, and this was happening at the onset of Dwapar Yuga, of that cycle.
Not necessarily. It's towards the end. It's called Uttarkand. I may have to read more. I just cannot speak anything on my own without reading. But it's for sure in Uttarkand. Yes. Towards the final end of the Ramayana, wrapping up activities. After the war is over, everything is finished. It's happening then, towards the very end. Okay. I can give you more reference from Valmiki Ramayana. And it's also in Bhaktivedanta Maharaj's Ramayana, actually. It's there. Should be there. Okay, if no other questions then, thank you everyone once again, and looking forward to questions. If you have any doubts, any questions in your mind, let me know. We can discuss afterwards. Mataji, I know you have some things in your mind. If you have to discuss afterwards, feel free. Devotees online, if you have any questions, feel free to speak. Any reflections? Yes, Abhishek Prabhu. Yeah, good, go ahead. Please unmute yourself and speak. We cannot hear you.
Hello.
Haribol, yes.
Okay. Thanks for the so informative session. So my reflections are on Lakshman. So like he was so dedicated and so devoted to Lord Ram that he didn't care about his family, his own wife. And as you mentioned, he didn't sleep for 14 hours. Instead, his wife had been sleeping for 14 years.
14
Yes,
years.
yes.
Yeah,
So he had requested the sleep goddess to award that sleep to his wife.
Yeah, I do not see this story in Valmiki Ramayana, but I have heard from advanced senior devotees, so I believe they have done their research and we can go with that. So yes, this is true in that case, yes. But yeah, what you said, Prabhu, that he actually abandoned his wife to serve Ramchandra, so you might not want to mention this in front of your wife.
Absolutely no.
Because for sure, if not Ramayana, there will be Mahabharata in your home. Okay.
Thank you, Prabhu.
Thank you. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Vancha kalpatarubhascha kripa sindhubhyo patita nam pavnebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Prabhu. That was a wonderful immersion in the deep meanings of Ramayana as we approach Ram Navami. We will now continue on to the Kaishura presentation for today. And by the Lord's arrangement, the topic is actually related to Ramayana. So I'd like to introduce Ashna. She is the brother of Arya, who had earlier presented as part of Kaishura group. I mean, she's a sister of Arya, and they both have actually been in Sunday school for almost an year. That's right, year and a half now? Yeah, so they are actually very close to the temple, so they're very fortunate. We love to have them. The family is a very sincere family. We'd like to now give you a chance to share your realizations from the Ramayana.
My name is Ashna.
Once again, it's not on. Okay, there you go.
And today I'm going to be talking about how to develop determination and avoiding distractions, or as how I see it, having hope and overcoming obstacles. In the Ramayana, when Hanuman was on his journey to find Sita, he encountered obstacles of many kinds, from earth, from water, from sky. We can learn how to overcome and avoid these obstacles or distractions from Hanuman's actions. On the path of bhakti, we will encounter many obstacles that we have to deal with differently, and we have to handle them in accordance to their nature. We can also draw lessons on bringing hope to others and avoiding distractions. When the monkeys were looking for Sita, they searched everywhere but still couldn't find her. Finally, they lost hope and decided to fast until death. Those who lack resources or facilities aren't the unfortunate ones, but the unfortunate ones are those who have lost hope. Fortunately, Sampati, a great vulture, told them that Sita was across the ocean in Lanka. The monkeys were overjoyed, but this joy was short-lived after they saw the great expanse of the ocean. No one was able to cross the ocean there and back safely. However, Jambavan reassured the monkeys, saying that they had Hanuman, who alone would be able to complete this mission. He continued on to glorify Hanuman for his extraordinary strength. Many people have glorified Hanuman for his journey across the ocean, but it was Jambavan who inspired him to do it. Encouraged by Jambavan's words, Hanuman decided to help lift the spirits of the other monkeys by speaking of his glories. In this way, Hanuman and Jambavan both boasted about Hanuman's prowess without having false ego and pride to bring hope to others. When Hanuman met Sita in Lanka, he encouraged her very differently. Sita wondered if it was possible for all the monkeys to cross the ocean. And Hanuman reassured her, saying that all the monkeys in the army were either equal to or superior to him, and they would easily be able to cross the ocean. He continued on to say that an inferior person such as himself was merely sent as a messenger. In this way, Hanuman encouraged the monkeys by boasting his prowess, and he encouraged Sita by downplaying his prowess. These two scenarios may seem contradictory, but Hanuman's goal in both was to reassure and encourage the discouraged devotees of the Lord. The first obstacle Hanuman encountered on his journey was a golden mountain that arose from the ocean, called Mainaka Mountain. Originally, it had been placed underwater by Lord Indra so that asuras wouldn't be able to come onto the earth. But the ocean deity asked it to raise above the water to provide a resting place for Hanuman. The mountain told Hanuman that he must be getting tired and asked him to stop and rest a while on it. Hanuman politely rejected the proposal, saying that he was already short on time and After he had completed his mission and reported back to Lord Ram, only then would he be able to enjoy such comforts. Nevertheless, to show respect, he touched the mountain and continued. From this, we can learn that when time is short and the goal is yet to be achieved, we shouldn't accept comforts that dampen one's determination and enthusiasm. The next obstacle Hanuman encountered on his journey was Dasa, who was a demoness who was the mother of all serpents. She rose above the water, blocking Hanuman's path, telling him that she had a boon from Brahma, saying that whatever came in front of her had to enter her mouth. Hanuman explained that he had a mission to fulfill, and after he completed it and reported back to Lord Rama, then he'd enter her mouth. But Dasa demanded that he were to enter her mouth immediately. Dasa expanded her size to the size of 10 yojanas, and to challenge her, Hanuman followed. Then Dasa expanded her mouth to the size of 20 yojanas, and Hanuman did the same. In this way, they both continued expanding until Dasa's mouth was the size of 100 yojanas. Without wasting a second, Hanuman shrank to the size of a thumb, quickly flew into Dasa's mouth, and came back out. He explained that the boon had been fulfilled, seeing as that he had indeed entered her mouth. Impressed and delighted, Dasa praised Hanuman for his intelligence and explained that the Devatas had sent her to test him. From this, we can learn that it is not necessary to respond to every challenge or provocation, and sometimes not exhibiting one's strength or prowess can get better results. In this way, Hanuman cleverly satisfies Dasa without obstructing his mission. While egoistic people always try to prove their superiority over others, humble people exhibit their prowess only when necessary. As Hanuman continued on his journey, he suddenly felt as though he couldn't go any farther. At first, he thought that he was losing strength, but then he saw a creature emerging from the ocean. This was the demoness Simhika, who would catch birds by grabbing their shadows and pulling them towards her. So she did the same to Hanuman. Simhika opened her mouth as wide as a huge cave, and Hanuman again tried to increase his size, but he realized that Simhika was still too big. Quickly, Hanuman reversed his strategy, shrunk down, and flew down Simhika's throat. Simhika was glad that she had swallowed Hanuman, but Hanuman expanded himself from the inside and tore her organs to shreds. As Hanuman resumed his expanded size, Simhika fell dead into the water, and celestial beings glorified Hanuman for his victory. In this situation, Simhika represents envy, which can be a big distraction. Envy chokes our progress and makes us lose strength, which is why, just like Hanuman did, we have to destroy it. From all of these lessons, we can see some main takeaways which we can take from this. We should always have hope in a hopeless situation and encourage and reassure the discouraged devotees of the Lord, which is how a mature devotee induces hope in others. Sometimes we need to boast our prowess, while sometimes we need to downplay our prowess, both to bring hope to others. Just like Hanuman, on the path of bhakti, we will encounter many obstacles which we have to deal with differently. In the face of the first obstacle, Hanuman showed humbleness. In the face of the second, he used his intellect. And in the face of the third, he used force. In this way, to avoid these distractions, we should be humble, use our intelligence, and when the other two aren't possible, to use force. All in all, to develop determination and avoid distractions, we should bring hope to others and ourselves and overcome obstacles in the ways needed. Hare Krishna. Does anyone have any questions, comments, or reflections?
Hare Krishna. What's your name, Han?
Ashna.
Ashna?
Yeah.
Wow. You really nailed so many points. I mean, I always heard about the Hanuman as a Dasa example of the Dasa Bhakti, but you actually double-clicked it and you showed so much that I didn't even know that by the time he took off to go see Mother Sita, that what he had encountered, I had not been aware of it. So you brought it to our attention with so many profound points along with it, and each points were really, really valuable gems. Thank you so much for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else has any questions or comments? Yes.
Thank you so much. I like that every story was concluded with a lesson, and the message was so clear. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Anyone else?
Thank you for the presentation. I think it's like very professionally designed. The slides are designed and delivered. I notice like your stories, each of the stories you introduced properly and then told it and then concluded and then moved to the transition to the next one very smoothly. So this is like very nice presentation. Thank you.
I have a question if no one else has any. Can you share what are the obstacles you faced while doing this presentation, preparing for it? And how did you deal with it?
That's a really hard question. Well, when I was first creating it and like finding all the information, it was kind of hard to like consolidate it all into specific concepts. And I think I overcame this by like taking it step by step and looking at each individual piece and then making them into groups and then finding stories which reflected this lesson.
Nice, thank you so much. That's excellent. So, thank you so much, Ashna, and such a joy to have you. And I hope we have more such presentations coming from both you and your brother. We look forward to all the reflections and the knowledge. Each soul is so dear to Krishna, and each of us have that unique power to bring Krishna consciousness to others. And we don't know who is empowered to do what, right? Prabhupada, he's an example that how everyone can be encouraged, and everybody has that spark to serve Krishna, to serve Ram. So thank you for showing us that and bringing us one more wonderful presentation. We will actually be, from next week onwards for the Kaishara presentations, we will start a new set of presentations based on the sacred forests of Vrindavan. There's a book that Indudam Maharaj has written, and it will be a little different because we are doing group presentations. It was a new skill that I wanted the class to learn and to work together in groups and come up with the presentations, because there is a lot of teamwork that's involved. There's a lot of team building skills that are involved in those kind of presentations. So I look forward to having all the students now come in as groups. So this was a nice ending to one series of our presentation, especially as we approach Ram Navami. So thank you all for all your blessings and your attention and your encouragement. It means a lot to these children, and it takes them a long way in their bhakti. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna.
Okay, the next part of the program is Guru Puja. Please roll up the carpet.
Thank you. Chadya Vaishnava Seva Nistaya Payecha Keba. Chadya Vaishnava Seva Nistara Payecha Keba. Chadya Vaishnava Seva Nistaya Payecha Keba. Namasheshtam Manupapi Sajitiputram Matra Swarupam together. Sri Rupam Tasya Garajam Gurupurim Naturim Goshtavatim Radha Kundam Girivaram Mahoradika Madhavasham Prapto Yasya Pratyat Kripaya Sigurum Tamonatusmi. He Guru Gyanadin Bando Swananda Data Karika Sindhu Vrindavana Sinahitavatara Prasida Radha Pranaya Pachara. He Dina Bandhu Karanika Sindhu Guru Prasadam Mai Mandamudhe Laksha Paradhe Barupapagadhe Tatpada Padmestu Matishta Krishne Nevo Payantya Pichitam Kavayastavesha Brahmayusha Pikritam Ridamuda Smaranta Yonta Bahistan Britam Ashubam Vidunvan Acharya Chaitya Vabhusha Swagatim Vyanati. Without serving the representative of Krishna, nobody can approach Krishna. I bow down to the beautiful lotus feet of my spiritual master, by whose causeless mercy I have obtained the supreme holy name, the divine mantra, the service of the son of Shachi Mata, the association of Srila Swarup Damodar, Rupa Goswami, and his older brother Sanatan Goswami, the supreme abode of Mathura, the blissful abode of Vrindavan, the divine Radha Kund and Govardhan Hill, and the desire within my heart for the loving service of Sri Radhika and Madhava in Vrindavan. O spiritual master, O giver of divine wisdom, O friend of the fallen, you are the giver of your own bliss, and you are the only ocean of mercy. Although dwelling in Vrindavan, you have descended for the welfare of fallen souls like myself, and you are preaching the divine love of Radha for Krishna. Please be kind upon me. O friend of the lowly, O Gurudev, you are the only ocean of mercy. I am a doleful and have committed hundreds and thousands of offenses. I have fallen into a dense myriad of sins. Therefore, grace me with your mercy, so that my mind may be fixed on your lotus feet and on Sri Krishna. O my Lord, transcendental poets and experts in spiritual science could not fully express their indebtedness to you, even if they were endowed with the prolonged lifetime of Brahma. For you appear in two features, externally as the Acharya and internally as the Supersoul, to deliver the embodied living being by directing him how to come to you. The lotus feet of our spiritual master are the only way by which we can attain pure devotional service. I bow to his lotus feet with great awe and reverence. By his grace, one can cross the ocean of material suffering and obtain the mercy of Krishna. Our only wish is to have our consciousness purified by the words emanating from his lotus mouth. Attachment to his lotus feet is the perfection that fulfills all desires. He opens our darkened eyes and fills our hearts with transcendental knowledge. He is our Lord birth after birth. From him ecstatic prema emanates. By him ignorance is destroyed. The Vedic scriptures sing of his character. Our spiritual master is the ocean of mercy, the friend of the poor, and the Lord and master of the devotees. O Master, be merciful unto us. Give us the shade of your lotus feet. Your fame is spread all over the three worlds. We take shelter of your lotus feet. Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sadma Shri Guru Charana Padma Kevala Bhakti Sadma Bandhon Mui Sabadana Mate Bandhon Mui Sabadana Mate Yahara Prasade Bhai Bhavatoriya Yai Yahara Prasade Bhai Bhavatoriya Yai Krishna Prapti Hoya Hoite Krishna Prapti Hoya Hoite Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Ko Riya Kya Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitete Ko Riya Kya Arna Kuri Ho Mane Asha Arna Koriyo Mane Asha Shri Guru Charane Rati Heise U Thamagati Shri Guru Charane Rati Heise U Thamagati Prasade Pure Sarva Asha
ye prasade pure sarvasha. Chakudan nilo ye janme janme Prabhu se. Chakudan nilo ye janme janme Prabhu se. Divya gyan de prokashito. Divya Jnana Hridaya Prakashito. Prema Bhaktiya Hoite Avidya Vinashayate. Prema Bhaktiya Hoite Avidya Vinashayate. Vedegaya Haracharito. Vedegaya Haracharito. Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adhama Janara Bandhu. Shri Guru Karuna Sindhu Adhama Janara Bandhu. Lokanath Lokera Divana. Lokanath Lokera Divana. Ha ha Prabhu Korodaya Deho More Padachaya. Ha ha Prabhu Korodaya Deho More Padachaya. Epeyash Kushikru Bhuvana. Epeyash Kushikru Bhuvana. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Gurudev, 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 Jaya Jaya Gurudev. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Niti Namine. Bhaktivedanta Namaste Sarasvati Devi Gauravani Prachari Ne Nirvishesha Shunya Vadi Paschatya Deshatari Ne. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gauravata Vrinda. Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadigo Bhaktavinda Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Oh, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Gauranitai, Gauranitai, Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Radha Madan Mohan, Radhe. Jaya Lakshmi Narasimha, Narahari, Lakshmi Narasimha, Narahari. Jaya Mahaprabhu, Jaya Mahaprabhu. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol. Nitai Gaura Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Hari Bol, Nitai Gaura Hari Bol.
विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिवदकाचार्य स्तोत्र शत श्री श्रीमद अभय चरणारविंद भक्ति वेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय ओम विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिवदकाचार्य स्तोत्र शत श्री श्रीमद भक्ति सिद्धांत ठाकुर सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णववृंद की, नामाचार्य शिला हरिदास ठाकुर की। प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवास आदि गौर भक्तवृंद की। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरी गोवर्धन की, मथुरा वृंदावन धाम की, नवद्वीप मायापुर धाम की, पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथ पुरी धाम की, भक्ति देवी तुलसी महारानी की, गंगा माँ यमुना माई की, समावेद भक्तविंद की। All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories to assembled devotees. All glories, all glories, all glories to Shri Guru and Shri Gauranga.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. We thank His Grace Yasoda Krpa Prabhu for his for starting the day today with Make Japa Great Again, and then his subsequent Srimad Bhagavatam class, lessons from Ramayana. Thank you very much. We also thank our Guru Puja singer, His Grace Adinath Krishna Prabhu. Thank you, and we also like to acknowledge our cooks for today, Hanspare Mataji and her team. So, if there are any Sankirtan devotees here, they can make some announcements here. If there are any Sankirtan devotees, other.
Hare Krishna. Dear devotees, thank you. So nice to see you all here. Thank you for joining. We do have a few locations. However, it looks like the weather will be raining up to about 11 a.m. respectively, which means that we'll probably still go out. So if you want to join book distribution for the first time, or for a lot of times, it's ever fresh actually, because the Paramatma renews the experience every time we can. It's just like the Bhagavad Gita and the Srimad Bhagavatam. It only becomes mundane if we think of it that way. So we meet a lot of nice souls. It's very good for having adaptability also. We have to be able to. It's nice if we can adapt to everyone's psychological situations and become very sensitive to it. And so there's so many things we can learn, but I'll briefly state where we're planning to go. We have Cesar Chavez Parade in San Francisco, Cherry Blossom Festival, Rosa Parks, I believe this is in Cupertino, non-stop Bhangra Holi, so there's no cessation there. That's nice, huh? It's a festival of colors, and it's a dance party also, from 3 to 10 Oakland, a little bit further, and then Mountain View downtown. And then if you have any other suggestions as where it could be favorable, then please do offer it up without any hesitation. Satya Sankalpa Prabhu very nicely organizes all these things, and he also attaches one Srila Prabhupada quote as to why book distribution is important. I'll read it. Quote, "Yes, my order still stands. Please organize BTG distribution and do it nicely. Sankirtan party and distribution of our magazines and books is our real program. Other things are secondary. So during this summertime, you should utilize this program of Sankirtan and book distribution vigorously." End quote. Thank you for your kind attention. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Are there any first timers here who are coming here for the first time? Hare Krishna. Please come in here. How did you hear about this?
Hello everyone. I'm here for the first time. I'm visiting my friend Preeti Agarwala. So I accompanied her today, and it was awesome experience. So I believe I have a belief in Lord Krishna. So I want to tell my story. So in my childhood, my grandmom asked me that he's your brother, because we don't have brothers, so he's my brother since my childhood. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you very much for giving us your valuable time today. Next, we will be going to the Prasadam. Today's Prasad, we have a sponsor for today's Prasad. His name is Mohan Rao Keta Prabhu, and he is sponsoring in loving memory of his father, Keta Gantavya, on the occasion of his disappearance day. Is Mohan Rao Keta Prabhu here? Okay. Thank you, Mohan Rao Keta Prabhu. We pray that wherever your father is, he gets the Lord's special protection. And next, we will move to the Prasad. Oh.
Hare Krishna. Thank our broadcast team, His Grace Raman and Sakha Prabhu, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Yes, there will be a special program, special programs on Ramanavami. Details are still to be announced. They will come in the email very soon. Yeah, the Ramanavami is on Tuesday. Yes. Yes. So next we will move to the Prasadam. Prasadam will be served, because outside it is raining, it will be served in that room. And once you make your plate, you can sit down here and you can take prasad in this room. But that is just after the prasadam prayers. Who is leading the prasadam prayers for today?
Sharira Vidyajal Jatendriya Tahika Jive Vile Vishaya Sagare Taramati Jivati Lobho Vaisudurmati Kaki Jitha Katina Sansari Krishna Bardayamai Korivari Jivaja Swapasananda Dilovai Seyana Vitapao Radha Krishna Gunagao Primidako Shri Chaitanya Nitai Primidako Shri Chaitanya Nitai Mahapasade Govinde Nampani Rattave Sarva Punivatam Rajan Vishwasuna Jayate Pasati Sarva Dukhanam Adiyasupagayate Pasanna Chetan Surati Undi Bhagavasishate Kayapa Bhukta Sarnana Vasona Karjatita Sukita Bhojina Dasa Sarmayam Jahimahi Sushka Parushitam Vapi Nitam Vadurudishita Prakti Matrena Bhuktavyam Natkala Charanam Nadeshaniya Mastata Nakalaniya Mastata Praptamannam Sutam Shishya Bhuktavavyam Hari Abravit Bhagavad Shri Mahaprasad ki. Please come take prasadam.